Welcome to this week's movie show. Oh my god. Hi guys, welcome to this week's movie and TV shows recommendation and what's my jam. What have I been watching this week? So for the first on my list is called Heart of Stone. It's a movie, I think a movie or series, I'm not so sure. Guys, please just pardon me. I've been having a really busy week, so I didn't have time to really cross-check. But I just thought it was a good recommendation, so I needed to share it with you guys. Heart of Stone, it's on Netflix. You can find it on Netflix. Really interesting, really interesting. I don't remember the storyline or the plot, but I do remember watching it, and it was one of those interesting things I watched. So please just give it a try and you will like it. But what I've actually been watching this week, Testament, the story of Moses. And guys, that's exactly the kind of TV show I really love to watch, because it's inspiring. It has to do with God, and it's just educative as well. It's really educative. It just gives more insight on who God is, his workings, his ways. And watching the story of Moses now, regardless that I have watched it before, regardless that we all know the story as Christians, if you're in that category that you already know the story from childhood, or you know the story from the Bible, guys, is really different. It's a different experience when you watch it, because especially the story of Moses. And this series just opened my eyes to the understanding that Moses is actually the only prophet that was mentioned in the Bible and the Quran. He's the only prophet whose full story is on the Bible and the Quran. That was something I didn't know. And this story of Moses just shows another side of God, the miracles, and it actually opens my mind to so many questions, And I was having this conversation with someone that truly, when the Bible says the ways of God are not the ways of men, there's a reason for saying that. Because think about it, the story of Moses now, God went to him and said, I command you to set my people free. Go and lead the way. And after the back and forth, Moses was like, okay, I will do it. And then this same God, after Moses had told him that Pharaoh will never let the people go, God said he's aware. And at some point, this same God said he's going to harden the mind of Pharaoh so as to not let the people go. And he's going to smite him for that. And if you think about it now, he's the one telling Moses that go. Moses, without the capability or the abilities to actually do that, he said, go and tell this man. And this man you're going to meet, even though on a normal day, he's a very problematic person and he will not let that happen. On top of that, when I was having this conversation, I was like, there are two other options. It's either God would have told Moses to go. He's going to do what he wants to do and the journey will be easy. Or it's either he would have even softened Pharaoh's mind, but instead he did the opposite, And you now think about this thing, like, to an extent, to you it doesn't really make sense, but he's the all-knowing God, and it's just so intriguing, honestly. And there's so many parts to the story that I didn't even know was written or happened, So watching this movie also opened my eyes to that part. And just the whole, one thing I learned was, or one thing I've always known is, I think, in my own opinion, guys, I think God just wants us to trust him regardless. Even when Moses kept saying, I'm a stammerer, I am this, I'm a murderer, I'm this. And guys, think about it now. Moses had a very rough upbringing. He didn't know he had identity crisis because, him being adopted by Pharaoh's daughter and his mom being an Israelite, he had identity crisis. He had anger issues. And this man had murdered someone. In our today's world, even something less than murder, they will not even want to hear about your existence on social media. But that was the person God saw fit for this mission. And there are just so many parts to the story that it just makes me think, like, truly, the ways of God are not the ways of man. And no matter how much you try to study or understand God. Yes, you can understand Him to an extent, but always have it at the back of your mind that even if it doesn't make sense to you, don't worry. If it's in God's plan, that's why it says Jeremiah 29:11, which says, "For I know the thoughts I have for you, says the Lord, plans of good and not of evil, to take you to an expected end." And sometimes no matter how bad the situation is, you can never understand. No one has answers to a lot of things. So just rest in the fact that He's the all-knowing God. He knows what He's doing, and He would always want the best for you. And yeah, I could go on and on and on and on. But yeah, just give it a watch, really. Just give it a watch and be open. Be open to understanding, Don't just be so quick to like, oh, if it was God, why didn't He? Why didn't He? His ways are not the ways of men. So please just give it a try. It might be eye-opening for you as well, because like I said, there are so many informations that I didn't even know existed, and it also opened me to the fact that in the Bible, for example, there are so many stories about the prophets, apostles, and the rest, but there was never really mention of that human nature side, because at the end of the day, we are all humans. And just like Apostle Peter said, he said, "I am a man of like passion, just like you." He's just saying, I am just like you, So I feel that's also another point, that's another side I have a question for, that I don't know when I'll get the answer to, and if I'll ever get the answer to. But like I said, this series is just, opening me up, or giving me a better understanding, or just seeing things in a different light. And just give it a watch, guys. Just give it a watch. And like I said, the ways of God is not like the ways of men. But anyways, that's what I've been watching this week. That's the only thing I've been able to watch. And also, I've been able to catch up with the new episode of The Cleaning Lady. And finally, guys, finally, it was as if the producers heard me. Like, there's really a little light at the end of the tunnel for The Cleaning Lady. Like, that woman is just going through so much. She has been going through it back to back, and finally there's like a little light. But knowing The Cleaning Lady, next episode I'll not be surprised that she has entered a different, even more difficult situation. So please, guys, please let this woman just rest. I know it's a series, but yeah. Anyways, let's move on to what's my jam. What have I been listening to this week? First on my list will be Spiritual by Burna Boy. I love the lyrics so much, and the song is just good vibes. It's not a recent song, but it's not a new song, but it's really, check the lyrics, guys. Just listen to the lyrics and let me know what you think. Next on the list will be Terminator Remix by King Promise featuring Sean Paul and Tiwa Savage. I love the remix. I love the song normally, but the remix, they just took it to a whole nother level. I love it so much, especially Tiwa Savage's parts. I'm a big fan of her. Aside that, like, I relate to the song so much. Just give it a listen and you will understand what I'm saying. Next on my list would be Burna Boy, Way Too Big. I also love it for the lyrics, and sometimes, like I said, they're just reflecting on their journeys, and it's beautiful to watch. It's inspiring, it's beautiful to watch. Next would be from the album Black Panther. I've been listening to Alone by Burna Boy. Also very, very good lyrics, very wise words. I love that song. Next from the same album would be Wake Up by Bloody Civilian featuring Rema. And then Coming Back For You by Fireboy. These three are from the album Black Panther. I've been listening to them, and then I've been listening to Sweet Love by Whiskey, an amazing song. Lonely at the Top remix, I just cannot get enough of it. I've been listening to Blessings by Friday featuring Ashake. This is one of my favorite songs. I love the lyrics and the collab as well. I'm a fan of Friday, I'm a fan of Ashake, and of course, the collab is definitely going to be a hit, and they didn't disappoint. The lyrics, especially where Ashake was like, "Na designer, na the lifestyle, na that place." I just love that part so much. Next will be No Sleep by Black Bones featuring Young John, and I just love the song so much. The lyrics, and I relate to it. It's like reflection. I need to reflect how I spend my day, and I need to stop second guessing my ideas and all of that. Just go listen to it. The lyrics is empowering. Next on the list will be Margaret by Lead DJs featuring Victony. I love the song just for the beats, because it's like all those Amapiano songs where it's about probably 5 minutes plus, and out of that 5 minutes, let's say 3 minutes plus is just for the instruments. It's just sound, beats. Like, it's just a very, very nice song, feel good song that, let's say for example, I'm editing. It could be pictures, it could be videos, and it's playing, it gives me ginger. It's just nice. I love the song so much. And then I've also been listening to Eminado by Tiwa Savage and Don Jazzy. It's a really, really old song, but it just happened to come up on my playlist when it was on shuffle, and I decided to listen to it, and it's a nice jam. So, and then the next would be Day or Day by Timaya. It's just good vibes. I love the song. And then next would be By Your Side by CK. Guys, the beats go crazy. I love the song so much. It's a song I and my friend used to jam like probably 2 years or 3 years ago. Guys, like, if you see us jamming to the song. And then one day I was listening to songs, and I was just like, come, I remember this song, and I went on YouTube, I found it, and I've not been able to stop listening it till date. Just give it a listen. It's a really nice song. And then I've also been listening to Hove by Rema. I know I've mentioned this song, but this is one song that I could listen for days without getting tired. I just love the song. It is so, so nice, and I relate to the song. And I have my reasons why I relate to the song, and someday in this lifetime, I'll tell you guys the reason. But for now, I just love the song. And then last on the list would be Basquiat by Ashake. Guys, I love that song so much. I don't know how to explain it. The beats, and funny enough, I don't even really understand what he says in most of his songs, saying that he sings it in a different dialect that I don't understand. But guys, the few parts he says in English already gives you an idea of what he's saying or what he's trying to say. So I just love. I sound like a broken record at this point. I know, but anything Mr. Money is good to go. And yeah, this is all I've been listening to this week. Thank you for tuning in, and as I have said before, and I'll say it again, if you have anything or any song, any TV show, any movie you want me to watch or talk about, I'm open to the idea. You can just leave it in the comment section, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.